Let me go. I don't want this no more. I don't want this no more.
I'm big on love when I need to go right. No, my life I had to fight. But I don't want this no more. No, I don't want this no more. Ain't no loyalty out in these streets. Ain't no peace, ain't no relief. And I don't want this no more. No, I don't want this. Let me get to the other side.
Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the other side, fellas. Grab your girls. It's about to get sexy in here. Yo, what's good with you people? Oh, I almost knocked my
See what I'm
thing
saying?
over.
That's
That's
why
what I'm
black
talking
people,
about right there.
You can't have
Sis-
stuff. That's why we can't have nothing.
Hey, look here. Yo, we about to get in this, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
You know, until Shot get back, it's just me, I'm holding it down, Shot on the ones and twos, whatever. You know, he doing his thing. Yo, but we do got the crew with us tonight. Yo, ladies.
Well, it's your girl, the one and the only, Whitney Nicole.
Latricia Johnson Miller.
Y'all are definitely better. But look here. Tonight, the official sponsor, they want me to move it out the way because they said that I was going to knock my business. Yo, Gabrielle Clothing.
Yes.
Yo,
The bag is hot.
bag is hot. Yo, I got the first one. Niggas. Y'all, I'm starting. I'm trying to get this dude to give me a backpack to go with it. Nah, I ain't got the first one. He really taking
Pre-orders. Hit us up in the comments.
He really taking it back home with him tonight. But yo, this is sexy. Y'all like Gucci? Y'all like all the products? Y'all like all that?
Support
Yo,
black business.
Black
Right,
business.
support black business.
You see the style on this? Look at it. Look at it. Look what it's doing.
Yeah.
It's doing it. Look at that color. That color. Yo, this is it. I don't know how much it costs. I can't tell you, but I promise you gonna see me with one. Alright. So look here. We gonna get started with, I think this is really dope though. I really
It
like
is.
this. I really like
I
this.
want a backpack.
You want this? Hold this. We gonna
I'll
get
take a fanny pack.
But you want to fade it back?
I'll take a fanny pack.
Yo. The next conversation is about being evenly yoked.
Equally yoked.
Evenly yoked.
Equally?
Biblically, it's called evenly yoked.
Okay, here we go.
And if you get the backpack, the Gabrielle clothing bag, and then she get the fatty pack, guess what? Y'all evenly yoked.
Oh, really?
At least for a minute.
Matching each other fly can be kind of somewhat.
Yeah, be fly. So evenly yoked. What does it? We've touched on it before, but what does it really mean?
So I typed in equally yoked, right? I just put in equally yoked, and it says being equally yoked, according to the remix definition for the 2000s and beyond, meaning sharing the same set of beliefs and values, regardless to whether our mamas and daddies raised us in church or not. Now that's
That's a new
biblically.
yeah. It said whether or not though.
Whether or not.
Whether or not. So I think
Okay.
that challenges that it doesn't have to be super spiritual.
It doesn't.
And I think that's fair because
Yeah.
everybody is not
Right.
in that
everybody's
lane. So to speak on it that way, I think that's excellent. That was actually via Essence. They wrote
Okay.
that in 2011.
So what you think?
I do think that we should be evenly yoked or equally yoked in some areas, but I do not know how you're going to be equally yoked in all areas because
Opposites,
attract.
they attract.
Well, okay. I think that we definitely, as a definition mentioned in terms of beliefs and values, for me, we do need to be evenly and equally yoked on that. For me, I think that if we're going to have children, if we're going to do certain things, how are we going to raise our
Yeah,
children?
like where we go?
What are we going to do? Like, what are the traditions? I think about when I grew up, we always said our prayers at night. Literally, every night we did not miss. Now I lay me down to sleep. You hear
Praise
me?
the Lord, was so the king.
And then, we did that. And so I think about beliefs, values, different traditions. I think that whether we decide that on our own and what we want to do, it may not be based on what our parents did, but we got to be
Right.
on the same page as that. Because when you here and I'm over here, you don't want to do now let me down to sleep. But that's what I want to do with my kids. That can become an issue.
That, yeah.
Small things, I think, traditionally and values, if you're not on the same page, I know somebody who claims that their husband is like a Catholic or something, but he doesn't really practice it. So I asked her, so if you're a Christian, you're a Catholic, how would y'all raise y'all children? They ain't even never had the conversation. But think about how that can be confusing.
That's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a problem.
And you're wanting it this way because this is how you raised, and he wants it that, but y'all never had that conversation. Then what? Then what?
I think personally, I think it really means going in, being in tune with one another, and going in the same direction as you were saying, regardless whether it's religion, household. Because, like I was saying to Mike on the way over here, you know, like, shit, she may want kids, you might not want kids.
But that's a conversation.
Yeah,
Now, conversations like that you should have before you get deep down
I
into
believe.
dating. You should know whether the person wants kids when you're dating.
I
Like,
believe, but what happens when the person changes up?
They
on you?
change their mind.
That's not fair.
Because no, wait a minute.
No,
Wait a
I'm
minute.
saying because the expectation is that you did or you didn't, and it would really because that's that person's cool with that.
Yeah.
If I want children and he's saying he wants kids, and all of a sudden we getting a little deeper, all he throws that at me, I would be
But
crushed.
I think about it like this. Sometimes we will. I'm gonna touch on this, and I don't know how well it's gonna come off. But sometimes I think because we have romanticized this relationship, and when I say romanticized the relationship, we have worked all these things out on our head,
in our head.
and we have not necessarily paid attention to the red flags. We didn't hear that we weren't evenly yoked. So we can possibly start off thinking that we're evenly yoked, and then to go back on what Teresa said, sometimes we grow apart. You know what I mean? But I think some people that are evenly yoked, they do come apart to come back together. But it's only way you're going to be able to do it like that is if you definitely have the same goal, the same thing. Y'all want to accomplish the same thing.
So let me ask this question, because even with being evenly/equally yoked, you're still gonna have challenges.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's inevitable.
You're still gonna have challenges and obstacles. So just because you're evenly and equally yoked does not mean you'll make it through that challenge.
Oh
or that
no, and it
obstacle.
also doesn't even mean that you all are a good match of just being
Right.
equally yoked with similar traditions and want the same thing. I tell you, there's so many other factors that play into part, but I do think finding someone who is similar, and even when you say opposites attract, there's still something that is bringing them together. There is something similar. There's something that they both value that's similar. So
But at the same time, if we evenly yoked, we gotta definitely or equally yoked. We just, in order to play our positions, I keep saying this because we have to play our positions.
You gotta know what position you are on the team.
You gotta know I gotta know my strengths and your weaknesses.
And vice versa.
And vice versa. So therefore, we're still even and we're still balanced because, okay, I'm strong over here, but I'm weak over here. And
Yeah,
she
right.
can pick me up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So therefore, the battle is covered at all times, because if it's my strength and you're in a battle and it's your weakness, that's when I come in and hold you up.
Like I gave this good example, not to talk bad about my mom or nothing, but my mom is a free spirit. Hey mama, how you doing? My mom is a free spirit. Like, you know, my mom just, you give her a shot, she's out. You know what I mean? Like, she's gonna move, she's gonna do whatever. But, and she said one day she maybe want to get married again, right? So, in my mind, evenly or equally yoked means she's gonna have to have a man to be able to respect her freedom,
Absolutely.
not give her freedom. But if she goes gets a man that want his wife at home, cooking and cleaning and washing and doing all that, that's
the problem.
That's gonna be the problem.
that's with anything though. So you have to just be clear on who is this person?
And you
Who
have
are
to
they
know what
on-
season you're in, because seasons change.
I was gonna say that.
So
Who is the
do
person when you meet
relationships.
them?
Yeah.
Where they are right,
Right.
now. Like I'm probably more than likely not gonna be the same person in 10 years.
I hope not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, if you can get stuck only in that, when I met you when you were 21, and I'm supposed to change, right?
Right.
But what I'm talking about, when we talk about the children thing, that's different. When you meeting somebody you all are dating and they want children or whatever the case may be, then they switch that on you in the process. that is difficult.
Do you want kids?
Yeah. So I wouldn't date anybody seriously who didn't. It don't make sense. I would be setting myself up. If he tells me I do not want children, okay.
So what would you do? Would you just let the relationship
Well,
go as far as it's gonna go?
Yeah, I would, because I think that, you know how when they say when a man tell you he don't want a relationship, but the woman keep trying to pursue him because she honestly thinks, and also don't get it twisted, he do relationship stuff with her, and he making her feel
Right.
like it's more than
So
that. So
it's
it ain't
mixed,
always,
it's mixed
yes,
signals.
but in the end, a lot of the times, not every time, because that man can change. And he
That
may,
man-
but most of the time, when the man tell you he don't want a relationship, you already know where it's fit to go.
It's not that he don't want a relationship. He just don't want no relationship with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you say it, but he still said it. It's happened to the best of us where you think, oh yeah, because he's mixed signals. But my point is, I wouldn't want to set myself up with something that's so major for me.
Mhm.
That's something that I want, and I think that it would really suck if he's like, well, I don't want kids. I don't have children if I don't know. That would not work for me.
Well, here's the thing, the other side, possibly. You have to be aware also of wolves in sheep clothing,
Absolutely.
because you have people out here that will be equally yoked with you to
Come on,
get
let's talk about
what
that.
they want
Mm.
out of you,
Let's talk about that.
to have you service their need.
Oh,
Mm. There you go. Now you done
Now
said
that-
something. Now you done went there. Now.
now that's
So
true.
you didn't even know I had that in me.
Yeah, there you go. Go ahead, girl.
Listen, and we got to be real careful about that, because people will present. We always present our best self. It don't matter what it is. We are going to
And
present our.
they can want what you
Yeah,
want.
and what about the people who do it probably not even knowingly that they're doing that? It's like, let me just be the best. I want to say the right thing. I'm trying because of whatever. But that's going to come back up.
But
that
most of
that's-
the time they do know they're doing it.
I'm saying, let's say in some situations. Some
Because-
people know, and some people just trying to say the right thing.
No, I was
You get what I'm saying?
I was a professional at manufacturing feathers for a long
I
time.
can't.
All
That's
right.
so damn lame.
No, I was
No,
professional.
no,
but
a lot
no,
of
I'm
people
beyond
do know
all
what
of
they're
it.
doing.
And I didn't know that I was necessarily doing it.
Well, that's what I
it
was
was.
gonna
It
say.
was, but I was doing it to be able to be in the moment, not to actually contrive or.
Well, that was what I was saying.
Well,
You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
you were doing that, in a sense, unknowingly trying to make this moment perfect. I want this to. But when you look back, it was deceitful. To be honest.
Right, it was.
I mean, Eric, keep it real. You know it is. You just said manufactured feelings. Like,
manufactured.
so is that fair to her?
No,
It's
that-
not even fair to you, really.
No, it's not.
So it's like,
I'll be honest with you. When you do that,
But that was
listen-
game.
But listen to me. When you do that, just understand. For all y'all who do that,
Don't do it,
women
like-
and men, I'm be honest with you, it's not worth it, and there's a cost for that.
And you know what it goes back to?
Because
Remember
you-
the movie Thin Line Between Love and Hate?
come on
Yeah.
now.
He manufactured feelings, and
Yeah.
he was a wolf in sheep's clothing because she was a challenge to him. And then he found out Brandy was crazy.
And it's a lot
Not
of
the
crazy.
singer, but you know.
Yeah,
It's
that
a
was
lot
the
of
name
crazy.
of that movie.
I don't even
Huh?
remember
Yeah,
her name being Brandy.
Yeah,
for some
it was
reason.
Brandy.
But you know what? And that's another
It was
topic.
Brandy.
So that's why you got to be careful with doing that. And then she not the one. Is the woman always crazy when she's reacting to finding out that you a liar and that you manufactured feelings? Be clear. Y'all love to say we're emotional, but we're also reacting to something that you
Right.
did.
The
Be
catalyst
careful.
was the manufactured
Let's be
feelings.
For every-
careful,
hold on.
and it don't make every woman crazy.
For every action, there's a reaction. For every cause, there's an effect.
And you
I
don't know what
understand
stage
Yeah.
you met her. Like she was wounded and
Yep.
she was healing, and
Ooh, come on now.
she was wounded and healing and was pushing you away.
And she told
and
me
then you
she
manufactured
and then she
feelings.
said, she said, oh, and she stayed there and he said, I love you. Oh, got him.
You have women who have been celibate for years.
Come on,
And
listen.
someone, a wolf in sheep's clothing, came
Listen.
and
But you know what?
robbed
That
them.
was her problem. That
No,
was her
it ain't
fault
always her.
because she was starving. That woman
Please.
starved herself.
Kids
Because
don't-
no, hold on, wait a minute, and I'm not talking about sexually. I'm saying women, when y'all shut down, y'all will starve yourself of all
Is
kind
it starving or is it called
No,
self-care?
no,
Is
no,
it
no,
starving
no,
or
no.
Is it called let me get myself together?
It's a thin line between love and hate. Y'all, it's a thin line between starving yourself and getting to know yourself. I've seen women who will actually starve themselves from anything. Like when I say starve yourself, I mean they'll deal with their friends, but like male companionship,
Okay,
Because
but you,
Because they don't want that
They
temptation.
don't know how to deal with it.
Nah, pick me. Hold on. Nah,
Okay.
listen. That's not fair. Because you're saying starving, but have you asked that woman why she's doing that? Some things are so deep rooted and so that it ain't necessary for you to know why she's doing that. There could be something that she knows that if I do this, she might be toxic. So let me pull myself back. Don't think it's starving. Like I said, there's a reason for everything.
But you miss
Well,
what
why
I was
do I
gonna
have
say.
to have a male companion?
No,
why is that starving?
But no,
myself?
listen. When I'm saying this, please hear me. When I say starving yourself, I'm just saying at the end of the day, when you finally have, quote unquote, healed or came out of that shell, and now you're hungry, and you're gonna eat what they offer you. But every time the first thing that's offered to you is not necessarily good for you.
No, but what if she's quote unquote starved herself for, let's say, 4 years, and then he comes around and he puts the work in, because he knows they've had the conversation, because she done gave out her battle plan. She done told him.
Ooh,
Yeah.
she said she done gave out a
Yeah,
battle
she
plan.
gave out her battle plan. Her battle plan was, I haven't been with the man in 4 years. So therefore now she knows who she is, and he puts the effort and the work in for 6 months, 7 months. He might even do it for a whole year, because the thing is, he wants the white flag on there. He wants her to surrender.
It's a challenge.
So he puts the work in. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. He's saying the right things. He's bringing flowers. He's taking her to dinner, possibly meeting her for breakfast,
He broke
calling her in the morning.
Yeah, he
Hey,
broke
baby, texting, you having a good day?
He
Doing
broke it.
all those things, and then he gets
Well, first of all-
he gets it and ghosts her.
First off,
And now I'm gonna beat his ass.
First of all,
I'm beating
First
her
of
ass.
all,
That's
oh
what
no, listen,
I'm saying.
listen, and I totally agree with you.
I'm whooping
First of all,
I'm putting my hands on him.
fellas, you gotta understand, it's certain things that a woman says to you that if you not gonna be up and up with her, don't fool with it.
Because I be reading this. It's a group that I'm in on social media.
Just don't fool with it.
And the ladies be like, well, I was celibate for 4 years and dated this man for a whole year, and then we had sex, and now he won't return calls.
But remember what I told you about that. Remember what I told you when me and you had the conversation. A lot of times when men do that, that was, he didn't want her.
No, he didn't.
He wanted the challenge.
He wanted the challenge. But I'm saying, so now when she sees him, if she goes crazy,
Hey, y'all-
Charge it to the game, because that's what you want to
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
Charge these hands
Hey,
to the
y'all,
game.
y'all know
See
I'm
what
about
I
to go
said.
back up under this table, right?
Oh my God.
You know.
Just leave it at
I can't leave it on the top of the table, because last time I left it on top of the table with the preacher up here.
oh
Well,
Lord.
at this point, you already done did the sin. Might as well keep going.
What is the sin about that?
Because you said you left it up with the preacher.
No, I was being respectful.
Okay.
But that's not a sin. This is what I'm doing. It's not a sin.
So,
Anyway.
anyway.
See, shot, please, Ariel. Whatever project you doing, please, Ariel, come back, because they are kicking
Anyway.
my ass.
But I want to say into what you was talking about, how women you just sharing that. I also don't want to discourage any man or woman away from celibacy. I think there's a lot of good things that come from that. It's not necessarily the sex. It's so much really self-healing and self-growth that you can really experience by releasing yourself from certain things.
It is, but don't you still have to work at it? You can't just be
Oh, yeah,
celibate
yeah,
and
yeah.
not work on
Well,
it.
you
that's in
can't-
anything. You have to
Yeah,
always
yes.
be doing work.
Yeah, you got
Because if you're just like, oh, I'm just not having sex, but I haven't
Right,
really
but that's what the
changed
ladies
nothing.
or the men need to know. You can't just be celibate and not put effort and work into
Well,
yourself. It
or-
doesn't just happen.
I'm tired
Or
of
take celibacy out in anything.
I'm
It
tired.
doesn't,
Like,
in
at
anything,
this-
you're
at
going to
this-
have to do work.
At this point, I'm tired of it.
What? You want to have sex?
What, being celibate?
No, no. I'm tired of being celibate, but it's not the actual physical sex that I miss.
What are you missing, sir?
The intimacy.
I miss the intimacy.
I can see, yeah.
What the hell is you saying?
Nothing. I said the lies.
No,
I can
no,
see that.
honestly, because
I can see that. He said the other day
I
at
said,
my house.
I said like, yo,
Because we were, what were we
we
doing?
just got done recording.
I know, but me and him were doing something.
They would be a husband and wife.
And you felt the one?
I felt real type of way. I said, God damn, I need to get me a woman.
And I get it because the other night after they were playing Black Panther Uninterrupted on ABC. So we were watching.
R.I.P. Chadwick
Yes.
Boseman. That's
Yeah, that
really sad.
that made my heart heavy. I've been crying ever since I
pretty tough.
found out. But while we were watching Black Panther, and we were cuddling, and
You just be the third wheel.
and brother said,
No.
he said, you miss
Hug
this,
me.
don't? He said, you like this, don't you? Yeah. I like this better than anything else, where we can lay on the couch.
Yeah, I do be the third wheel. They get on my goddamn nerves. I used to be the counselor, the friend, all that. But then I see them niggas finally get the referee. Nah, they done got it right and said they gonna fuck y'all niggas. Cause honestly, getting yourself right ain't easy.
It's not.
And so
it's work.
And then to go back and then honestly, think about it like this. I've been celibate for 2 years.
Are you working on others?
Working on myself. And there's certain things where I have not gotten a woman because I felt like I need to fix certain things about myself. But at the same time, now that I want a woman,
Good luck with that.
and I desire, and I have a list, which I know I'm gonna get my list, but I feel like, and I know that to go back to our topic, me and you need to be evenly yoked. We got to be on one accord where we going. We have to have this thing lined out. Like I can't do it without that. Like I got to have, because I can't afford at this point to not be evenly yoked with you. And it's because starting over is bullshit and it hurts and it's crazy. But let's if you don't want what I want, it's fine. I don't have a problem, but the problem with being evenly yoked is most people ain't being honest with themselves or their partner.
Listen, I had a conversation about this. I shared an article actually on Facebook about why do women always choose the wrong man, and the response is, why is there so many bad men to choose from? But it was written by a man. Let's be clear; it's very unbiased, and this is a problem. Most articles and things and books are pushing the woman to change. Women have to do this. Women have to do that. But my point in saying that is one of the things it talks about is men don't be doing no work.
They don't have to.
They don't have to, because everything in life is positioned from a little girl. For me to be a wife, it starts off with the pots and pans, little kitchen set. It starts off with the baby dolls. They are grooming women from the time we are born to be this. This is a fact. This has been proved. This is real. So what happens is, the question is, why are there so many bad men? Bad can be in any.
No, because
No. Listen.
Go ahead, keep going.
It's because no one really challenges. The men don't have to do anything. It's always the woman who has. Women, we do our hair. We can say whatever we want to say. I do want to look nice for the opposite sex, right? I want to do it for myself, but I do it because I think it looks good. I think it's attractive. I want my nails done because of that. People get their body done because of that.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, men have to do nothing. When it comes to real work, no, women be docile.
That's not
be
true.
submissive. Read the article and come back to me.
I guess
I'm telling you
no,
this.
I get that. But what we were taught, y'all were taught that. What we were taught, you got to do two things: pay the bills and give us some of that good gang. That's what we were taught.
Sure, and that's another
And
thing.
and that's it.
Okay,
But we weren't taught. We don't learn how to be your man.
so
we
let's
don't
change
learn how
that.
to be
We
your
got to
husband.
change that. This is
I'm
saying that's
I
the
get
problem,
that.
the disconnect with men and women.
Right.
And so it challenges a man. Hold on, it challenges a man to say, all of these things you expect her to do, you want her to be Meg in the bedroom, bust it wide open, have the whop and all of that. No, that's the trivia stuff, but it comes to that. But it's like the men don't be doing really nothing.
You gotta walk me into that, baby.
Oh, well, we already talked about that. But you get what I'm saying?
I
Let's
get
keep it real. Like, the woman has to do this. She has to be more sensitive. She has to be considerate of your feelings, but you give her nothing to work with. You don't want to open up, because I can't open up because this is what I've been
Because
taught.
you're going to use it against me.
No, actually, you need to dig deep as to where that trauma come from. And it challenges that. And even the article said men ain't going to read it.
No.
Because they
Right.
do not feel that they have to read anything like
Right.
that to do better.
Like,
Women, we have essence. we got everything that is how to do this.
You know how
to do this in
men,
a
you know how
relationship.
men deal with a lot of this stuff. Men deal with a lot of this stuff, basically, as they mature and with the closest friends. And so, I am open to what Henry would have to say to me, or what I would say to Henry. And that's how men grow. We grow in a small circle. Y'all grow with all this stuff. We not that. Well, first of all, we need to understand that we are different, and there's nothing gonna change that. But at the end of the day, I totally agree. After being on the other side, you got to learn how to love your woman. And I always understand. I always say this: you got to understand how your woman thinks, because if you understand how she thinks, that is the key to unlocking everything else. Because now I won't feel a certain type of way about when she do this or when she do that.
But you also have to understand that us women, we're not cookie cutters, so you have to learn your woman. You can't base it off of what one relationship might have wanted, or what another relationship might have wanted,
Yep.
or a workmate might have wanted, because people have different kinds of relationships with people.
Mhm.
Just because the lady at the job might be Betty Crocker once she worked 8 hours doesn't mean
Yeah.
that your woman is going to be Betty Crocker.
I get
Learn
that.
her.
Like if
Learn her.
Like you gotta
Love
learn
her
that.
and honestly
So learn
let
who you're with, and vice versa.
Yeah,
Us,
yeah, yeah.
and us
Yeah,
women,
no question.
we have to learn who we're
Because you
with.
know what the hardest part for us to understand is, and I know our cameraman, he over there playing fantasy football, getting his squad together.
Right, don't be calling me out like that.
But he could really vouch for it. Vouch for me. Shot, please hurry up and come
No,
back.
don't come back. We like this.
No. Because it's like, as men, y'all sitting there telling me what y'all need, right? What y'all like. But you as let's say Whitney, you was my girl, right? Yeah.
Go ahead.
But I tell you how men are, and I will tell you how I am. But most women will say, and y'all have a whole nother thought about who we are.
Possibly.
No, it ain't no
I'm just saying that could be fair, but also you gotta strip down why you just have to. This is what men do, because if you talking about loving your woman, let her love you. Because what happens is
That's very hard.
it's-
For me, it used to be.
let this woman
Right.
love you, because do you know how difficult it is to deal with that? And again, we endure so much. We talked about the hormones last week. It's a lot going on, and then it's like very resistant for men to do certain things,
Right.
especially when it comes to emotions. And it's
Right.
very hard. And it's like, but the woman is typically the one who loses it.
You know, I traced mine back to 1993.
Is this trauma?
It's a lot of trauma. I chased mine back to 1993, and
Mm-hmm.
my homegirl, Quinita, Shell, thank you, because she listened to me Saturday night when I just let it all ride. And so I texted the next day and I just told her thank you. You know what she told me?
What?
If you ever want to go sit down and talk to
You might
somebody
be
about this?
counseling. No.
But no, I don't need counseling.
No, yeah, you do. We all
I'm
do.
an advocate for
We all do.
therapy.
No,
because
yeah.
guess what? You get to go in there weekly, monthly, or however you schedule. your
Sometimes I
session.
just need to
And
get it
then-
out.
And that's what they let you do.
Mary, there's nothing
And
wrong
me
with
did the
therapy.
exact thing.
Guys, listen.
No.
If you are having therapy, drop down if you don't mind saying it's been working. But there's nothing. I'm
It's nothing wrong
go to
with it.
therapy.
It's nothing wrong with
It's
it.
nothing
The
wrong.
very
with
first time I went,
'Cause
I
I'm
went
a-
in and I told her, look, I'm here. I don't want you to say nothing. I just want to get this off of me. And I said what I had to say, and I should have did this, and I went through the emotions, and she sat
it. She
there.
was like this.
No, she just sat there. And when it got silent,
She was done.
she said, may I speak? I said, yes, I'm done. But I felt so much better, because let me tell you something. We're fighting daily battles. So we're fighting daily battles as individuals. And if you're in a relationship, even in your relationship, you may be fighting not daily battles with each other, but I'm saying a daily battle
Yeah.
together.
I'll be honest with you, this is my therapy. Honestly, this is my therapy.
And sometimes people come to you, people might dump on you. But we have to have an outlet to get it off of us.
But see, what y'all don't realize a lot of times is, and we talking about evenly yoked and all this kind of stuff, but what most women don't understand is that men are more sensitive than women. And what we generally do is, after the first hurt, we block up. That's why y'all will always be forever stronger. Because y'all are able to bounce back.
Because you all cannot handle what we can handle.
Yeah,
as
we
far
can't
as
bounce
emotionally.
back as quick. I told my homegirl, like, yo, that first heartache, it took me 8 years to get over it.
Okay.
And then I'm still dealing
And
with
this
it
is the
today.
thing. And because men do not bounce back like women, stop hurting women.
Come on now, because hurt people. And we gonna
Stop
talk-
hurting women.
Man, we just found a way to maneuver.
No.
No,
Sorry.
stop it. Stop it.
Just stop doing it. You can't think that that's okay.
No, wait a damn minute. We talking about evenly yoked now. Let's go
Well,
back.
in terms of being equally yoked, we have to be sure that even a value like that, we have to be the same. We got to understand that we have to deal with some hurt trauma. Being equally yoked, what's our belief in that? How are we moving through that? What are you doing?
I got an APBI on Rashad Sims. I need some help up in there.
No, Eric,
But I get it. Like, I
but that's
totally
equally,
get
okay,
it.
so you're meeting a woman and you saying we got to be equally yoked. She's everything, and she's like one of them people like, let's dive into this trauma. Let's figure out why are you so hurt? Because I can see it all on you, and you're so resistant. And I said, let her love you. Why she can't love you?
No, you know,
That's what I'm saying. So would you be able to do that?
I get it, but I'm very, me personally, like, because I don't like people. I got this thing about people hold shit over my head. So I never like to show my weakness.
So you're gonna have to dig deep and work through that because that's a challenge. That's a challenge, and that's a hindrance. That's gonna be a hindrance in your relationship.
So let's be aware that those things have to be evenly. You have to be on one accord with your partner. You may be up in this, but
Y'all hit me my ass tonight. Yo, look. Go ahead, say what you gotta say.
No, I was getting ready to.
Hey, yo, look. So look here. Be evenly yoked. They gave it to me tonight. And normally I'm good at holding my own, but I wasn't tonight. So,
And just know, evenly yoked people are gonna have obstacles and challenges. So you're not out of the woodworks with that. Storms are still gonna come.
so know that you're good, you're great, you're amazing, you're wonderful, you're kind. And if you can't do better with where you at, always remember, do no harm. Alright? The other side. Peace.
Peace.
do the harm.